Hi, I'm Matthew Berger. I'm the senior level designer on Diablo III console. Well, it was important for us to actually make a game that was going to be great on console and not just to take the PC game and bring it to console. So when we started working on the game, one of our pillars, one of our design decisions was it was going to be hand built for console. And that meant that we had to go through the whole game and identify everything that we had to change or modify so that it felt good on the console. And also we had to assemble a team of great Blizzard fans who also had a great experience in making console games. So that took some time. Well, there was a lot of experimenting, and we started with the controller. That was the first thing we did when we had a very small team initially, and what they wanted to do was make sure that the controller was going to feel natural, that when you're going to pick up the game, pick up and slay is what we called it, you're going to be able to kind of play the game without having to fight against the controller. So we tried a lot of different things, some of them a little bit more out there than others. We tried a control scheme based on geometry wars, so one thumbstick moves you, the other thumbstick attacks in that direction, and of course it didn't work at all for us, but it took a lot of trial and error to get to where we got, and adding, I think, evade on the right thumbstick helps make the game feel very reactive, very dynamic. So the PlayStation 4 will have some updated graphics because obviously we're going to a next-gen hardware, and we're also working on the controller and social features. So trying to integrate the trackpad and trying to add some more social features to the game. But it's very, very early at this point. We're still prototyping things. Nope. What I can tell you is that one of the important things for us is that any change we make to the game is something that's going to enhance the experience, not something that's just going to be a gimmick or a checkbox on the back of the box. So that's why we're still prototyping, and we're still looking at making sure that any feature we add or modify or update is something that's going to make the game feel very, very good, and it's going to be very, very good for the game. And that's why we're not a launch title. We're coming out in 2014, but not for launch. So there are several reasons. We have made some changes. We've updated some of the boss fights. We've added a few new things like evade. We've added Nephilim Glory, which is a new buff you can get. So there's some wrinkles that are different. But fundamentally, if you come home, you've worked all day, you want to play a game, you might not want to sit in front of your PC, you might want to get on your couch and be able to play just like that, and kind of relax, lay back, or you might want to play with your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, or friends who are over. You don't want to each get on a laptop and kind of sit in your own corner playing together. Here you can sit on the couch, you can have up to 4 players on one screen. We don't split the screen, it stays nice and big. So for that kind of friendly, casual, laid back, kind of gaming session, we're just gonna play 2-3 hours, have a pizza and some beer. It's obviously something that we've given you now. I think what's great is the fact that, first of all, you really are going to be playing with your friends. You're going to have a really nice, relaxed kind of atmosphere. You're going to be able to have a great time. We wanted to make sure that the game was not diminished by being played with co-op. So we didn't split the screen. It stays on the same screen. It can be up to 4 players on one couch, or it could be 2 players on a couch on one screen, and then 2 other players could kind of join us remotely, and they're not limited to what we are limited at, so they can go anywhere they want. It's any combination up to 4 players. No, but what we are exploring and what we really want to do is to let you take your character from a PS3 to the PS4. So we're not there yet, but that's what we would like you to do. You would be able to take your saves and move them forward. They have a few unique items that we partnered with Sony to give the player. You get a ring that's based off of I actually completely forget, I blank out, but you have a ring, you have an amulet, shoulders, and gloves. Oh no, you don't have a ring. You have an amulet, shoulders, and gloves. That's it. You have Leoric's gauntlets, which is based on Leoric, the Skeleton King. And then the shoulders are the Journey shoulders from the game Journey, and they do a really nice kind of wavy effect. And then the amulet, this is what was confusing me. The amulet is Drake's ring from Uncharted. I think so. We've hired some very talented, very passionate fans who are have a long experience of working on console to create a console team, and there are a lot of people at Blizzard who are console gamers and who love to play games on console, and so I hope that we get to make more games on console, definitely.